Parents, what's the most shocking thing a teacher said about your child? When the school called asking me to come in for an urgent meeting about my daughter Avery, I honestly thought they had the wrong kid. Avery's 13, quiet, does her homework without being asked, and the biggest trouble she's ever caused was leaving her cereal bowl in the sink. I walked into the counselor's office expecting to hear about some mix-up with grades or maybe a friend drama thing. Mrs. Williams sat me down with this serious look and said, "Your daughter has been pretending to be someone else." I laughed, like actually laughed out loud. "Avery, are you sure we're talking about the same kid? She barely talks to anyone." That's when she pulled out a folder, a thick one. "At school, your daughter goes by Allie. She's told her classmates that her parents are divorced, she lives with an older sister, and that her mother is out of the picture." I felt like someone had slapped me. "That's impossible. We eat dinner together every night. We watch Netflix shows together. She tells me about her day." Mrs. Williams opened the folder and started showing me things. Group project papers signed, Allie Henderson. Art class drawings of stick figures labeled, "Me and my sister at our apartment." A permission slip for a field trip where she'd forged a signature from someone called Emma Henderson, legal guardian. But the worst part was the social media account. She pulled up Instagram on her computer and there it was, at Allie H 2024. Pictures of food with captions like, "Dinner with Big Sis again. She's the best." And "Movie night in our place. Love my freedom." The photos were taken in our house, our kitchen table, our living room couch. But she'd cropped out anything that would show it was a family home, made it look like some cool apartment where two sisters lived alone. I scrolled through months of posts. Another late night study session, Sis made hot chocolate. That was from when I helped her with her math homework. Sisters letting me redecorate my room, from when we painted her walls purple together. My hands were shaking. How long has this been going on? About 6 months, from what we can tell. It started small but became more elaborate over time. Mrs. Williams explained that Avery had gotten close to the 17-year-old girl, Becca, who actually did come from a broken home, lived with different relatives, bounced around a lot, and apparently Avery thought her own normal, stable family life was boring compared to Becca's independence. She wanted to seem cooler, more mature, so she created this alternate life where she was basically this free-spirited kid being raised by a cool older sister instead of, well, regular parents. The counselor showed me text message screenshots that other kids had shared, Avery telling elaborate stories about my sister Emma taking her to concerts, letting her stay up late, buying her whatever she wanted, making her sound like the coolest guardian ever. Meanwhile, at home, she was just regular Avery. Polite, helpful, never mentioned having any friends named Becca, or wanting more freedom. She seemed perfectly happy watching our boring family movies and eating our boring family dinners. "The thing is," Mrs. Williams continued, "she's painted herself into a corner. All her friends know her as Allie now. She's terrified that if the truth comes out, she'll lose everyone." I drove home in complete silence. When Avery got back from school, she walked in like always. "Hey Mom, how was your day?" Completely normal. Started on her homework without being asked. I sat down next to her. "We need to talk about Allie." The color drained from her face. She didn't even try to deny it. Just started crying and saying, "I'm sorry," over and over. "Why didn't you think your real life was good enough?" "Because it's not cool, Mom. Becca has all these crazy stories about moving around and taking care of herself. I felt like such a baby talking about family game nights and you driving me to soccer practice." "So you made up a whole different family?" "I didn't plan it. It just started with little things. Then Becca thought I was so mature and independent, and I didn't want her to know I was just some regular kid with regular parents who makes me do chores and has bedtime rules." We started therapy the next week, not just for her, but for me too. Turns out I'd been so focused on making sure she was safe and doing well in school that I forgot to ask if she felt seen or interesting or cool. The therapist helped us figure out how Avery could come clean to her friends without losing